Purified MIGHTYENA in the Willpower Cup. Let's see how this goes. Hopping into the first match, we are leading Slowbro into Rapidash. This is one of, if not the best lead we could have gotten out of the Willpower Cup meta. I'm going to be doing massive damage with Poison Jab. I'm going to take barely any damage from Fairy Wind and Body Slam. So, Rapidash is going to throw the Body Slam. I'm going to take it like a champ and continue to farm up. They're going to swap into Toxicroak, and I must have been really tired when I did this because I did not swap into Hypno for some reason, but I just went straight for the Psychic, maybe try to get a shield, and I did in fact get a shield here. And then I got a bit more farm, and in the end I did just end up swapping into Hypno after they threw this move, just to get some farm up and take out their Toxicroak. They throw the Mud Bomb, I shield it, I throw another Psychic, and maybe do I get another shield? Yes, I do end up getting another shield. I then swap into Hypno, and I get an easy farm down because I got the 4x super effectiveness with Confusion. They throw Sludge Bomb, does a decent amount, but I am able to farm down. They come back in with the Rapidash. Even Confusion is doing a decent amount of damage to Rapidash because Rapidash is a glass cannon, as the Pokemon Go community calls it. They're going to throw this Body Slam. I will survive, and I'll throw Thunder Punch. And this is exactly why you should not run Double Punch Hypno. It is just a bad idea. I was going to change that for the Willpower Cup, but I was saving my charge TMs for the Rocket event when I can save my Shadow Pokemon from being useless. I then come in with MIGHTYENA running Bite, Return, and Play Rough. Let's see if I can get a round 1 bang. Now I am going to farm up quite a lot with Bite. Bite does not charge up very fast, but there's a lot of Psychic types in this meta, like Alolan Raichu, and some other things I can't think of at the moment, like Hypno. And MIGHTYENA just shreds through them. Apparently this Mandibuzz is running Solo Shadow Ball, which is very good for me. So I can get up to a Return and a Play Rough. I will end up dual shielding here. And they throw the Foul Play. Did not have to shield that. But can I get to the Return? I can easily KO with Play Rough. But I got to the Return and swapped out. I was unable to farm down the Rapidash. I farm up a little bit more, try to get to a Psychic, do some decent damage. They get to a move. I have to let it go because there's no shields left. They throw this. I would have gotten the guaranteed KO if I had thrown Play Rough. But I get to throw a Return just to show how much of a busted move it is. I get to the Return. I charge it up. And just like that, round 1, absolute assassination. And just like that, round 1 is over. Into this next match, we're running Slowbro into Scrafty. Pretty neutral matchup because I resist counter, well, quad resist counter and Power Punch, but I'm weak to Foul Play. I can try to get up to some Psychics, maybe get a bait, but they will get to a move. I did the counts, and this is definitely a Power Punch. I don't know if they were trying to bait or what there, but that did barely anything. I can get to a Psychic. Maybe they think it's a Focus Blast, so I'm going to charge up a bit more. Maybe they're expecting a Focus Blast or a Sludge Bomb. I throw the Psychic, and in the end, I do not get the shield, but it still does a decent amount of damage because Slowbro does have a super high attack stat. They get to another move. It's just a Foul Play, so I will have to shield this because I will KO with the Power Punch attack buff. And I go for the farm down, and I do reach it. They then come in with Raichu, and this is the point where I realized how broken MIGHTYENA is in this meta because of all the Psychic types there are. I then swap into MIGHTYENA. Look at how much damage each bite is doing. This is insane. They come in with Toxicroak though, so at this point I do just have to let everything go because I will not be able to reach anything. If I was learning Poison Fang, which MIGHTYENA can learn, then this probably would have ended differently. Ironically enough, after this video, I ended up putting on Poison Fang. Or maybe it was halfway through this video, but at one point I just changed it to Poison Fang from Play Rough. I come with Hypno, I can just let everything go. This was just a mud bomb, so it did barely anything. And Confusion just hard counters Toxicroak. They get to another move. I let it go. It is another mud bomb, so again, it does absolutely nothing. I am able to get the farm down. They come in with Raichu. I throw the Ice Punch, because it's not resisted, unlike Thunder Punch. They get to a move. It is a Thunder Punch. I survive it barely. I throw Ice Punch, hoping to get a shield or at least some nice damage off. And I do not get the shield. But I can come in with Slowbro and potentially shield farm down. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to shield farm down here. I shield, and they throw a Thunder Punch again, so I am able to farm down here. GG. In this third match, we were running Slowbro into Drapion. Pretty bad lead because they resist Poison Jab and Psychic. And oh, they're running Ice Fang this time. I forgot about that. Yep, this thing hardcore locks me down because they're running Ice Fang. This is bad. So I think in the end I ended up forfeiting this one because I had another Pokemon that hard counters this team that I didn't realize. But I'm not going to tell you what it is until we get to it. I throw the Psychic, try to get a move, or a shield, at least. And they do end up letting it go, which is really bad, but it's still Psychic, so it does a lot of damage. I can try to go for the farm down. I came in with Hypno, and I will end up playing this move go. Which, no matter what it is, I should still survive and farm down. Yeah, it's a crunch. It does a lot of damage. I'm still able to farm down. Just barely. And they come in with Toxicroak. And this is the first time you'll see Hypno lose to a Toxicroak, but I still did over half his health with 2 Confusions. Hypno is just so good against Toxicroak in this meta, which is why if you're going to run Toxicroak, you want to run a Dark type like a Scrafty or an Umbreon, or just really any Dark type locks down Hypno because it's only 2 boom moves, or 3 are Future Sight, Psychic, and Shadow Ball, which Dark resists all of them. Quad resists both the Psychic moves. I will have to let the Slowbro go, and in the end, I have to come in with this. Maybe I can get the farm down. In the end, they get to the move. I have to shield this. Otherwise, I'm stupid. So they throw the mud bomb, I shield it. I get the farm down. And in the back they have Gallade, which just locks me down. So I guess it's next game that I have to forfeit. And I'll just flat out say it right now, it's just because it's Lucario that hard counters this with Shadow Ball. And yep, just destroys this team. Slowbro into Primeape. None of my team wants to see this backline with Night Slash on Primeape. But in the end, something life-saving happens that includes this Primeape. They get to a Night Slash. I have to let it go because I have to save shields for Hypno. Because Hypno is the only thing that can save me here. I get to a Psychic, try to get a shield. But they end up letting this Psychic go. Absolute assassination yet again. They then come in with a Raichu, which you know how this is gonna go. I'll let them farm me down. I try to get to a Psychic, but they farm me down, which is fine because now I can come in with MIGHTYENA and absolutely wreck this Raichu. They get to a move. I shield in case it's a Wild Charge. And it is in fact a Wild Charge, so they will be taking even more damage, but they swap into Lucario, the bane of my existence. I come in with Hypno, try to do some decent damage, but in the end, they just get to Shadow Balls too quickly, and this next Shadow Ball will take me out, and then they can just farm me down. So, at this point, I think it is just right, after getting assassinated by myself, and my own bad decisions, I do just decide to surrender this match, which is the only surrender I will try to ever do in these videos because it makes it less interesting. Getting into the third match, we are leading Galarian Slowbro into Latias, which is very special, I will say that. Having Charm does make this thing pretty good, but it does not have many good charge moves, but then again, it's running Charm, so it's probably not going to get to them anyways. I get to a Psychic, see if I can get a shield, because this thing is glassy as it gets. I do end up getting a shield, and it's not even a blue shield, so you know that it would have just done massive damage anyways. They come in with Sableye. This thing also hard counters my team. Well, not as much my MIGHTYENA, but still. They get to a move. I let it go, because I thought it was a foul play, and I was wrong. Oh. Yep, got assassinated. They farm me down. So now foul play can just wreck the rest of my team, and that's really all there is left to say about this battle, but I'll commentate the rest of it anyways, because it has to be a pretty long video in order for it to be worth it. I get to a Psychic. I am not sure if they shielded it or not. They definitely shielded it, because if they didn't, they would be stupid. They get to a foul play. I just let it go because I trust in dual shielded Hypno to win this for me. I can probably get the farm down, but in the end, I just do not have any good charge moves on my Hypno, which is why I do not recommend Double Punch Hypno. I will be able to shield farm down here with Hypno, but in the end, I will end up losing this match. I did go 2 out of 3 in this match, which is really bad. Like, I swear I'm gonna PvP, I just choose the really bad spicy picks, or just the really wrong movesets for your Hypno, because there's like, I don't know, 8 possible combinations because of how many charge moves it has. And you never know which ones are good, because, like, you run Fire Punch Shadow Ball, then you come up against a normal type, and you wish you had Future Sight Psychic. But then, you switch to Future Sight Psychic, then you come up against a Dark type, and you wish you had the punches. So, I just never know what to do. You can run Psychic Shadow Ball, but then you could, again, come up against a Dark type. You just never know what to do with your Hypno, and it's so annoying. They're going to get to a crunch and finish me off. So in the end, I think MIGHTYENA is a really good pick if you end up running the correct moveset, which I think the only fast moves MIGHTYENA can learn are Bite, and then the 3 Fangs for fast moves. The Fangs are really bad for charging energy. Well, then again, so is Bite, but they do a lot of damage, and if you run Poison Fang Return, which I don't even know if you can get Purified MIGHTYENA anymore, it is still... in the end, MIGHTYENA is just really good against Psychic types, but we did end up getting a whopping 2 out of 3, which is honestly better than most of my other videos. Well, I'll see you guys in the next one.